Hey, it's Jimmy of Vista Pros Heating and Cooling. If you watch any of my other videos, you know I'm a huge fan of the rapid evac process. In order to get that done, you should be using a vacuum-rated Schrader core remover. So I've been using these for a while, and I have the Navac Schrader core removers and the Appion Schrader core removers. These seem to be about the best. And kind of the only options on the market as of right now. So I kind of wanted to tell you my experiences with each, what I like and what I dislike about them. So first we're going to start with the Navac Schrader core removers. These are they're about, I want to say, about $65 a piece. Same with the Appions, so the price is pretty comparable there. One thing you have with the Navacs is the 3/8 adapter, as well as the 1/4 inch. So you get two Schrader cores in one with the Navac. If you need the 3/8 Schrader core remover, with the Appion you do have to buy a separate Schrader core remover. I believe they are pink in color. Helps identify them, tell them apart. So that is a leg up on the Navacs, is because you don't have to buy two sets when you're dealing with mini splits versus unitary equipment. The Navacs are also pretty nice in construction. They have a good feel, heavy, sturdy. I have not had any issues with the actual body of the Schrader core remover itself. Now, what I can tell you what's nice about it is the depth of the threads. The Navac Schrader core removers seem to have a deeper thread on them than the basically the Appions do. So to give you an idea, basically the port is going to screw in there further than the Appions. And there you go. So you can see we have a couple threads exposed there. When it comes to the Navacs, it goes in a little bit further. I have no threads exposed there. To me, it's just more solid. It grips better, and it reduces, like if I have to twist this to get this port in a certain range, you know, where I'm trying to put a gauge or something on it. These tend to stay in place better without leaking than the Appions do. So that is another good thing about it. Now let's get to the my gripes about this. So when it comes to the Navacs, one of the biggest pet peeves that I have is this piece right here. So the actual end that removes the Schrader core is basically a piece that's put on the end, and then it has a hole drilled with that has a pin going through it. This thing is prone to failure. As you can see, I've got two of them that are missing the ends right now. The reason I'm missing the ends is because they just pop off. That is not good. I've had it happen. The other thing is the pin will actually come out a little bit, and then you can see it gets caught and doesn't want to go in there very smoothly. So these pins are prone to failure. I don't like it. It's really kind of an issue. Can it be fixed? Can you stay on top of it? Of course you can. But that just causes an issue. The other issue that I have is this gap right here is prone to catching. You can see how it basically will catch and pull this ring out. There should be an O-ring on top of this. So down in here it should have an O-ring on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that down in there. And then that goes down in there, and there should be an O-ring on top. That is how it seals. I have issues with this catching on this part and just pulling that O-ring out. That part is super annoying. You know, when you have to basically go put your O-rings constantly back in there. The other thing is the Navac seems to chew up O-rings a little bit quicker than the Appions. And so that is kind of a downside of the Navacs too. Now, I will tell you that the grabbing mechanism for the Navacs is much nicer, in my opinion, than the Appions. It just seems that it just kind of clicks in there, stays, and does a pretty good job. when it comes to the Appions is one solid piece, which is nice. It eliminates a lot of the issues you have with the Navacs. But it's almost like it's like it's a spring kind of tension. So you have to really push it onto the Schrader core. To me, when I kind of have that in there and I have to push that hard, it just feels like I'm going to break something. So I don't really like that. I can tell you that the diamond plate on the Appions is a little bit smaller. It gives me kind of a more of a grip feeling, which I do like. I don't seem to have the issues with the O-rings on this side with the Appions, which is really nice. But like I said, the depth of this thread is a little bit less, and basically, prone to leaking, I guess, a little bit quicker. Other than that, both Schrader core removers are really solid. I haven't had any issues with the valves. I have heard a little bit more that the Appions are a little more prone to leakage, although I haven't experienced that. I do like that this is a solid piece where the screw goes in. The Navacs, they basically have a cover over it, so if it gets loose, you do have to remove that cover in order to tighten the screw. The Appions, you don't have to do that. Other than that, that's pretty much about it. Another great feature that I would say about the Appions is that they have a magnetic base. This is really cool, so that way if basically you take this part out, you can stick it to the equipment. That way it kind of helps you to not lose it, keep your Schrader core in there, and then that way when you're ready to put it back in, you just put it back in. Keeps you from setting it on the ground, having it roll around, things like that. Other than that, that's pretty much about it. Key takeaways, Navacs you kind of get 2 in 1, because you don't have to buy 2 Schrader core movers with the 3/8 and the 1/4. The Appions you do, so you're going to spend twice as much if you want the full range. But on the other side, I think the Navacs are a little bit more prone to repair and breakage. So do with that